Hey, I'm Brian Miller, magician and motivational speaker. If you're a regular subscriber, thanks so much for sticking with me, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in for the second installment in our new Audio 101 for Video Creators series. In the first video in this series, we went over portable audio recorders and how you can use them to get better, cleaner audio for your YouTube videos like the one I'm shooting right now. And in this video, I'm going to discuss specific settings that you can use on this, the Tascam DR05 portable audio recorder. Now, any of the settings that I use on this are transferable to almost any portable audio recorder that you're going to use. So if you don't own this one, you've got a Zoom or a different model, don't worry, anything I talk about here, you're going to be able to use as well. First thing you're going to do is hold the home button to power on the recorder. Hit the menu button, which is going to bring up all your different menu options. Use the plus and minus keys here to go up and down the menu. Use the play button to go into a setting. The home button will always bring you back home to the record screen. So menu, let's go into record settings. First things first, format. What format are you going to record your audio in? Well, you have two options here. The first option is MP3, and the second option is a WAV file. If you're a video creator, you'll be much more familiar with MP3s than you will WAV files. WAV files are much better quality audio files. It's kind of like the difference when you're taking photographs, shooting RAW and shooting JPEG. WAV files are kind of like raw photo files, whereas MP3s are more like JPEGs. They've already been compressed and you've already lost a lot of information. But similarly, WAV files are much larger file sizes. They're gonna be 10 or 11 times the size of MP3s, I think. And if that's incorrect, I'll put it up on the screen and correct myself later. In any regard, audio files are not anywhere near as large as video files. So if at all possible, record with WAV files. You have two options here, 16-bit and 24-bit. Of course, 24-bit is going to be a better quality, but in all honesty, by the time you get to YouTube, it's not going to make a difference, particularly if you're just doing a talking video like this. So if I'm recording in WAV format, I'm going to record WAV 16-bit. But if you need to save space, you come all the way up to the top, MP3 320K. That's your highest quality MP3. If you're going to record MP3, since it's already compressed, just like shooting photos with JPEGs, you want to record the highest quality of that compressed format. So MP3 320K or WAV 16. Those are the two options. I wouldn't look at anything else if you're doing this. Sample. You have two options, 48K or 44.1K. Without going into the real specifics and details of audio engineering, I'm just going to tell you that video, you want to do 48K. If you're recording something just for the purpose of doing audio, like music, 44.1K is what you want. But if you're planning on using the audio file for video, you want 48K. So we're gonna set it to 48K. Down here, you've got type. You have two options, mono or stereo. Simply put, if you have this in mono mode, it doesn't matter where you point these two microphones, it's going to record one signal right down the center of the audio track. So if you record this and there's things going on over here and things going on over there, mono is only going to pick up one source and it's going to take everything it hears and put it dead center in the audio. So if you were listening in headphones, you wouldn't hear stuff coming out of the left and coming out of the right. You'd hear everything coming out of the center channel. If you choose stereo, now this is the left and this is the right. You're going to record noises. You're going to hear stuff coming out of the left and out of the right. So let me actually hit record here. Okay, so you're now listening to the audio from the DR05. If it's set to stereo, but I talk directly at it right over the top, you should be hearing my voice pretty much coming out of the center channel like you're used to hearing for a mono signal. But if I turn it this way and talk into this side, you should be hearing my voice mostly coming out of one side versus turning it this way, you should be mostly hearing it come out of the other side. If you're recording audio for YouTube videos, I can almost guarantee that you want mono. You want to just hear your voice or whoever's talking coming right down the center. You don't want things to be floating from left to right in people's ears if they're listening on headphones. Size, we don't worry about size. It's just you set it to the highest one of whatever micro SD card you're using. Mic power on. Low cut. Low cut means cutting out the low frequencies of an audio signal. So every single audio signal has frequencies that range from low to high. Even right now, my voice sounds like it's pretty deep, but the truth is if you looked at a waveform of my voice, you would see very low frequencies. From your point of view, you would see very low frequencies all the way up to very high frequencies, and most of my voice is sitting somewhere in the middle. That's because in the real world, every single audio source has a harmonic quality to it and a range of frequencies that make up what we're actually hearing. So you have three options for the low cut. You have off, 40 hertz, and 80 hertz. Again, without going into the real nitty-gritty of audio, 0 is going to mean it's not doing any low cut. It's not cutting out any of the low frequencies of what it's hearing. 40 hertz is going to cut out some of the low frequencies, and 80 hertz is going to cut out even more. So I cut it at 40 hertz. 40 hertz, anything below that, I don't worry about cutting that out. Anything below 40 hertz is just like rumble, like street noise and crap that we don't care about hearing. Now, if you're recording music, you would be worried about 40 hertz and below if you're recording dedicated bass instruments like a bass guitar or a cello or a kick drum. That's when you would worry about anything below 40 hertz. Pre-record, don't worry about it. Auto tone, leave it off, don't worry about that. Then you come down to auto record, leave that off. We're going to set our levels manually. So here you go, here they all are. Format, WAV 16-bit. Sample size, 48K. Type, mono. Size, whatever the highest one you have for your micro SD card that you're using. Mic power, on. You may or may not need that, but we're gonna leave it on just in case you do. Low cut, 40 hertz. Pre-record off, auto tone off, and auto record mode off. Alright, so there was actually another entire section to this video about how to set your input audio level, but this video was running way too long, so I decided to split it into two parts. The second part is going to be how to set your input audio level. It'll be out next week. Stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and always remember that our world is a shared experience. Have a great day.